Sounds good. I see it up there.
Okay.
Hi, guys. I'm Kendra again. So welcome to week 2 of Director Bound. We're going to talk about getting our calendars full, which is what we mentioned last week. So it's important to get in front of enough people, or to do enough shows to get in front of enough people, whether it's live or virtual, to be able to share that business opportunity so that you can add new team members. So when you add 5 team members and have $5,000 in team sales, you'll promote to director, as we talked about. So I am going to, let me share my screen and start our PowerPoint here. Why isn't it not going? Okay. Can you guys see that? Yes, thumbs up. Okay. Why is it not working? Okay, there we go. Okay, so since last week, we just want to have you guys share your success. Did you have success booking over the past week? What worked for you? So in our call to action, we had asked that you book 8 shows for the months of April and May. So who is already there? How did that work? Did you do a power hour and do some calls? So if you guys will take yourselves off mute, we have to share quickly so that we can make sure we get through the rest of this. So who wants to share first? You have to unmute yourselves.
I will.
There you go. Thanks, Nikki.
Okay. Yep. So I did probably a couple power hours this week. I broke them into sections. But I did not get 8 yet, but I got 2. So I'm still working on it. I'm logging all my contacts, the no's, the thinking about it, the yeses, the get back to me, all that. So.
Yep. And it's a matter of just following up with those people that are on the fence or unsure and
yep,
get there. So great start. Jackie, how about you?
No, I didn't get a power hour in this week, but I have 1 booking in for April and I have 2 on the fence. So I just gotta get them called back hopefully this week.
Okay. And still working on those contacts and reaching out to more. Mm-hmm. Are you tracking as well?
Yes.
Okay. And because of the way the screen is, I can't see everybody. So anybody else that is on, who else is on? Is there a way for me to see the other?
Susan is on also.
Okay.
Yeah. And I wanted to share that I messaged people that I have had from out of state that had ordered before or had parties before. And I ended up getting 3 to start last Friday to still count for March, which I really needed. And 4 for April, that 2 of them were still working on a date, but they definitely want to do April. So
awesome. Well, that's great results for you. Wonderful. Thanks. Keep it up. Okay. So last week we talked about the importance of tracking your contacts. And some people keep a separate contact log, one for bookings, one for recruit leads. You can do this on paper in a spiral notebook, or sometimes there are people out there with binders that use a binder system, whatever really works best for you. Remember that we talked about old versus new business last week and how we want 50% of your business to be new so that you aren't continually asking the same people and wearing out those old contacts. So you can also track your contacts electrically on Excel in a spreadsheet if that works easier for you. You can do Google, or even if you have iPhone, you can get the app for the Excel, which is what I've done. You can track it in your notes section of your iPhone, really whatever works best. So if you're on the phone, if they're on your phone or electronically, then you can look up your lead list when you're out and about and you have a few minutes. So like when you're at the doctor's office or waiting in the line at school to pick up kiddos. One of the helpful things about having the leads list is that you can track your results. So for example, you'll know how many people you need to call to get a booking. So, you know, we have numbers that we can give you, but you might figure personally that you're getting better results than maybe what we've told you. So you can figure out how many do you need to call and actually reach, and how many you actually need to reach to get an actual booking. So when you do reach out to your contacts, I don't know why my screen is being so slow, sorry. It's important to offer both opportunities to every contact. This is just like when we do a full service checkout at our shows. So you'll first want to offer them the business opportunity. You might use words like, Sue, I'm so glad I reached you today. Since we met at Erin's party, I can't stop thinking about how great you would be at what I do. You're so outgoing and you already love our products. You would be a natural. I would love for you to join our team. It's our busiest season, so we need more consultants in your area. What do you think? So if she says yes or agrees to meet with you or talk further, that's great. But if she says no, then just clarify if it's a not now or if that's a no, not ever. And sometimes those no, not evers turn into maybe or a yes. So ask if you can stay in touch with her about it and let her know about the new consultant specials. And then move on to the host opportunity. So say, well, gosh, then how about we do a show for you? What if you and your friends can see the new products, and we have a great host special this month. Share that with her. Would you like to do a cooking show or a Facebook party? And then just see what she says. So the mantra that they have always talked about is 3-2-1. Successful consultants do 3-2-1 consistently. That means making 3 contacts per day, which turns into 2 shows a week, and signing 1 new consultant per month. So it sounds pretty easy, right? So let's take a look at it and break it down. If you make new contacts every day, whether they're people that you see in person or people that you call or text or private message, and you do that at least 5 days per week, that's 780 new contacts per year. If only 1 out of every 10 of those contacts say yes, then you would be adding 78 shows in a year to your calendar. With a $500 show average, that ends up being $39,000 in sales and $10,000 in commissions. And you'll have bookings from those shows. So you'll be in front of enough people, live or virtually, to talk about the business opportunity, so you'll add new team members. And if you have $39,000 in sales plus 12 new team members, you'd also promote to director, and you'll have 75,000 or more trip points. So what does that mean for you guys? You could be traveling to Scottsdale or even Hawaii. Doesn't that sound great? So your homework was to listen to the recording from PC University, make it a full calendar with Anne McMillan, Olivia Kuko, and Shellen Hullab. So what were your guys' best takeaways from that call?
I'll go. I liked at the very beginning where she said, I think I've listened to this before actually, because I remember this part from the When Harry Met Sally movie. She said, I'll have what she's having, which just says if you make it fun for your host, then everybody else will want the same thing as she has. So yeah, I liked that part.
Great. Anyone else?
This is Susan. I actually didn't get a chance to listen to it, so.
Well, thank you for your honesty. You can try to get it to it this week. Jackie, did you have a chance to listen to it? Okay. I don't know if Jackie, oh,
I did not yet.
okay. So both you gals can just add that to your list of things that you want to check out this week. Okay, so we know that bookings are at the heart of our business because without bookings, obviously we have no business. So bookings are everywhere. So let's talk about where we can find bookings, both at our shows and not at our shows. We'll talk about strategies for fishing for bookings, both out and about, as well as in the barrel or at your shows. So continuing with the analogy of fishing, if you're out on the sea and want to catch a fish, you use a big net and a big boat and try to get lots of fish. They may be anywhere in the sea, so you have to look for them and keep throwing out your net. So for us looking for bookings, we want to look for those booking fish everywhere we go. We want to look for potential hosts everywhere we do business. So look at your potential fishing holes you can encounter every week. You want to wear your PC gear when you're out and about. Obviously, as you're walking around, people will see that and will say, "You sell Pampered Chef? I love Pampered Chef." So you can do that with a catalog tote, a sling bag with mini catalogs, regular catalogs, business cards. Put sticky notes on the front of anything that you plan to give away, and then ask the person to share their name, phone number, and email with you so that you can follow up with them and add them to your out and about drawing that you do every week. So you could do it every week, you could do it every month, but if you make a goal to hand out 10 every week, then you'll have 10 people to draw from at the end of the week. And you can give away literally anything. People just love to win. Could even be a free show. Having an advertisement on your car can get you leads as well. So make sure that you have your catalogs, mini catalogs, business cards, door price slips, or sticky notes to collect lead information in your car at all times. Have a generic host packet ready to go because somebody might be ready to book that show now and get it in, immediately. And then you can hand that out to them on the spot. You can also email current specials and order forms after you secure that booking. So think of everywhere that you do business. Those establishments get your business, so why don't you get their business too? Find the most friendly person there. Compliment them on their great customer service skills or how friendly they are. Say, "I'm always looking for great people like you on my team." They'll ask you what you do and give your 30-second commercial, so make sure you have that ready. Offer the business opportunity and tell them that you're looking for a new group of people to meet so that you can show some quick, easy meals that they can prepare in 30 minutes or less using the kitchen tools, best kitchen tools on the market. "I'd love to get together with you and your friends and make some great food together. It's like watching a cooking show on TV, but you get to eat the food. And think about switching where you do business from time to time because that'll give you new contacts." In the checkout line, you might say, "I can't wait to try these brownies at home. Don't they look amazing?" She might ask you something about them, and then you can say, "Have you heard of Pampered Chef?" Most likely she'll say, "I love Pampered Chef." So then you can say, "When's the last time you've seen a catalog? Here's a copy of our latest spring products. Check out this ceramic egg cooker," or if you have the new one, you could point out the Quick-Sickle maker. "It's flying off the shelves at home office. I'd love to follow up with you and see what you think about the new products." So hand them the Post-it note or the drawing slip. "Can I get your information so I can get back to you?" "Great, thanks so much." So typically when they know that they're going to be in on a drawing or anything like that, they're more than happy to give their information. And then just hand out the mini catalogs are the perfect way for them to be able to see some of the products. So nothing is sadder than being invited to a Pampered Chef party being given by one of your coworkers with another consultant. Be sure that everyone knows you're a consultant. So if you work outside the home, you could bring food to work and tell your coworkers that you're testing recipes that you'll be making at your upcoming shows. Especially target the people who work in food service area. They love our stuff. And you may have rules about solicitation at your job, but you can still bring food typically and be sure that others know what you do. If there aren't restrictions on solicitations, you could also put catalogs in the break room. Healthcare people love to eat, and they eat anything. Most of them really enjoy cooking. This is a great fishing hole where you can find lots of fish. Be sure to wear your logo wear and take in a catalog or two and find the most friendly, receptive person and ask them if they'd be willing to collect orders for you. You might want to take some homemade goodies like brownies or cookies and tell them that you'll come back to pick up your stone or dish the next day along with any orders they've collected. You could also ask them about a live or virtual show too. You can bring Pampered Chef recipes to your church potlucks. When you hear that somebody is getting married, ask the bride or the family about doing a Pampered Chef bridal shower. At the gym, see if you're allowed to set up a table with information about healthy recipes and tools to make them. You could do a drawing prize, a prize drawing so that you can collect their contact information and then talk with other parents of your children's sporting events or other activities. You could even do a quick show on the sidelines or at a picnic table at one of their games or practices. Garage and yard sales can be great fishing holes for bookings. Target the seller as a potential consultant or host and tell the seller that you're looking for vintage Pampered Chef items for a customer. When she says, "Oh, I'd never sell my Pampered Chef items," then you know you have a great lead. Strike up a conversation with other buyers and mention that you're the local Pampered Chef representative, and be ready to hand out those mini catalogs or some recipe cards and collect their information for your 48-hour raffle that you'll do from those that you meet over the weekend at the garage sales. And by the way, everyone's a winner. A free cooking show where you bring the ingredients. Your kids will love going to the garage sales with you, and you can find treasures and learn how to haggle. Consider holding your own garage sale and have a basket of mini catalogs or recipe cards to give out and do a drawing from any of those that attend. Be sure to check out online garage sale sites and on Facebook, and you'll sometimes see people looking for Pampered Chef items or a Pampered Chef representative. There are an abundance of booths and fairs all year, but especially in the spring and fall. So look for church bazaars, school events, fall festivals, farmers markets, state and county fairs, etc. I usually only do the ones that are inexpensive, like $25 to $30, typically not more than $50 unless it's for multiple days. Be aware of the ones that are run by individuals, as they may be out to only make money. Ones that are affiliated with a fundraiser are really great. You may also be asked to provide a prize for a group drawing or a raffle. I always do a drawing at my table so that I can collect information on my prize drawing slips. Make sure to stand in front of your table instead of sitting behind it. Wear your apron, interact with guests, and have them complete drawing slips and hand them to you. And I do that because then I can make notes on the back. So consider giving away a free show to everyone. Call and say, "You won." Some will decline, but some will be really excited. And if you do give away a product, make it something inexpensive and easy to mail in case they don't live locally. Another idea is have balloons at your booth with a small piece of paper listing the prize. Have those that are booking parties pop a balloon to reveal their prize awarded at their show, not then and there, and it will attract a lot of attention to your booth. So here is an example of a nice looking booth by Brian Parker of Rhode Island. You want to have some height on it, on your table. You don't want everything just lying flat on the table. Make them hand you their prize drawing slips, as I said, rather than putting them in a bowl so that you can take notes. But you'll see he's got some little shelves and things, might have been things that he'd purchased. I use my boxes, and I have little cloths that I throw over the top of my boxes to just be able to set things up higher. Or small wooden crates work great as well. Realtors can be a great hookup for potential bookings. Many realtors are looking for great gifts for their home buyers, and a nice Pampered Chef gift would be a constant reminder of that realtor versus a gift certificate to a dinner or a plant that dies. So suggest items that would be great gifts. Also, offer to do shows for new homeowners and try those trying to sell their houses. Be sure to introduce yourself to any new neighbors and take them a little Pampered Chef goodie. They will remember you. I like to visit neighborhoods where I want to do a show. Some neighborhoods will let you leave mini catalogs at doors. Mailboxes are a no-no. No one is allowed to put items in people's mailboxes except your postal carriers. But be aware of neighborhoods with solicitation policies. I'll also ask for referrals on Facebook or at my cooking shows. Like, does anybody know who lives in Cedar Falls? I'd love to do a show there. It's my goal to do a show in every city in my state. So. Now, how about landing those really big shows? I love doing wedding showers and fundraisers because they're almost always over $1,000. They're a really great way to earn trips and other incentives that the home office offers, and also a great way to get your name out to a large group of new people. So let's talk about how to land these shows. Look at your local newspaper in the engagement section, and you can troll on Facebook to see who's newly engaged among your friends and their families. Offer to do a wedding shower for the couple, or at least snag a wedding registry. Visit your local bridal boutiques, wedding planners, bakeries that specialize in wedding cakes, etc., and see if they'll let you leave business cards or flyers there. Most towns have bridal fairs and shows, so proceed with caution, as some of these can be really expensive. Is it worth spending $200 to $500 for a fair that's only 2 to 3 hours? Probably not. Talk about your wedding showers at all of your live and virtual parties and get leads from there as well. And be sure to mention the gift registry, because it's not just for weddings. When you book your wedding showers, get with your director or recruiter for tips on how to have a successful one. Fundraisers can be lots of different causes, but they must be for a nonprofit organization. So checks cannot be made out to an individual. If you have, for example, someone who's going through a serious illness or recovering from a bad accident, you can check to see if the check can be made payable to their church, or sometimes a special bank account has been set up, like Jones Tornado Relief Fund, and that will work as well. Look at your local newspaper, community bulletin boards, and on local news stations for groups that are needing to raise money. If you see a group doing a bake sale, a car wash, or selling other items, you could stop by and offer to do a Pampered Chef fundraiser, or see if they already have one that they've set up. Ask for the person who's in charge and give them your contact info and get theirs. Think about various school groups like cheerleaders, ball teams, bands, the gifted and talented programs, classes that are going to space camp or other locations, family and consumer sciences like their home ec classes, and many more. A lot of the French, Spanish, whatever foreign languages, they typically are doing fundraisers. Also think about your church, like your church group, youth groups, and other programs, or possibly the church kitchen is in need of some good tools. So you could do a regular show and have the church kitchen as the host. Once you book your fundraiser, get the recruiter or director to help guide you to make it, get your recruiter or director to help you make it a success. And just as a reminder, Pampered Chef gives 15% of profit for fundraisers that are over $600. My tongue is not working all of a sudden. And 10% if it's under $600. Be sure to fill out and refer back to frequently your launch list in the My Recipe for Success booklet that came in your kit. It's also available online if you can't find yours. Categories that you can go back to would be your friends, like college friends, couples, social circles, neighbors, both current and past, relatives like your parents, siblings, aunts, uncles, cousins, everyone is fair game, cousins' wives, cousins' husbands, they're all out there. Go to your holiday greeting card list and think of anybody that you would invite if you were having your wedding today. coworkers, both yours or your family's, digital contacts like your social media friends and email contacts, community connections like your doctor, hairstylist, church members, your phone favorites, like who do you call and text the most? Just scroll through, it's easy to see. Your friends' parents and parents' friends, and your favorite foodies. So who likes to entertain, take pictures of their food, post recipes, share recipes all the time. Those are great people to talk to. The Franks list is something trained on often in direct sales. So you can see it's friends, relatives, acquaintances, neighbors, kids contacts, and significant other contacts. So friends are not just best friends, but those that you haven't seen in a while. You can say, let's get the gang together, or possibly get virtual parties from those that you haven't seen in a while that maybe don't live as close. Relatives, same thing, near and distant relatives. So be sure to do those shows when you travel to see family. Set up a show with them, and then you can write off your trip expenses. So that's a nice way. We have relatives in Chicago, and so when we go to visit them, it's a great way to be able to write off some of those, the mileage at least getting us there. So acquaintances are people that you know but aren't super close to, so they might be your best shot, honestly, at getting shows. They're less likely to tell you no than your family and your best friends, and you'll find people who love Pampered Chef and want the stuff. Neighbors, it's a great way to get to know your neighbors, so invite your new neighbors, or if you're new to an area, you can invite your neighbors to make sure that they all know that you sell Pampered Chef, and just get everybody together and let others get to know each other as well. Kids contacts could be teachers, room parents, their office staff, coaches, friends' parents, PTA or PTO members. Significant other contacts would be their coworkers, friends, gym buddies, relatives. So all kinds of options. So here's a great booking script from Pampered Chef University. So you can say, hey, Erin, this is Kendra with Pampered Chef. I'm so excited. There are incredible things going on in your company right now, in our company right now. And I thought of you because you have kids and it would be so fun to get together. I'm so excited about the party I'm doing this month, and our host rewards and bonuses are fabulous. Do you have a minute to hear about it? And wait and see what they say. You can, if they're not in a position to talk to you, you can ask, can I call back in an hour, or would tomorrow morning be better? And if yes, then you could say, I'm doing my Kids in a Kitchen theme, which has been a big hit, and my hosts have been getting up to $200 in free and discounted products. I have 2 dates left this month, and I'd love to save one for you and your friends. My next available date is March 31st. And see what they say. Okay, so let's talk about fishing in the barrel. Your group hello should be short and sweet so that the fun can begin. At the start of your show, you'll want to thank your host and tell him or her how much you appreciate the opportunity to do a show in their home. Tell the guest that the host will be rewarded for being a wonderful host, and that she'll receive lots of free products of her choice and everything else at a huge discount. Our hosts never pay full price. Have guests introduce themselves so you can get to know them as well, and have them tell how they know the host. And I typically have them tell their favorite product as well. So when someone says, I own the executive cookware, I'll say, I bet you hosted a party to get that half price, right? If there's past hosts in the crowd, be sure to ask them what their favorite item was that they got for free. For virtual parties, a roll call post is helpful to get to know the guests, how they know the host and their favorite item. You can do this as a game, like share your favorite mug. Be sure to tell your story at the beginning of your shows as well. This will allow guests to get to know you and get comfortable with you. After all, your hands will be in their food. Include information about how you first attended a show and fell in love with the products. Perhaps you booked a show of your own because you wanted to get everything and couldn't afford to pay for it all. It's important to do this at live shows as well as virtual parties. Go live for a few minutes in your virtual parties so that your guests will get to know you instead of just your posts. Here's a great booking and recruiting seed during the group hello. Throughout the party, you'll probably fall in love with several products, and you may even start to wonder how much you can make doing what I do. When this happens, let's chat. We have options for you to get more products, earn great money, and party every time you work, like I do. Did I just do the wrong thing? Hold on. Okay, during the simple selling, you're the facilitator of fun as guests prepare the recipe. You may choose to do a traditional demo style show, a station style interactive show, or a hybrid show where you combine partly a demo with lots of interaction. If you're doing a demo, be sure to say things like, this is an item many of my hosts choose for free, or this is one of the most popular half-price items my host selects. Even if you're doing a station style show, you may want to review some of the power tools or higher priced items before the group begins to make the recipes. So point those out, that they can be purchased full price at the party, or if the guests would like to earn them free or half price, they might want to think about having their own party. If the guests would like to see them free or half price, you might want to think about having a party. So here are some words to say about a higher priced item like cookware. Do you want to try it all? Let's chat later about how you can reap the benefits of our cookware at half off. Plus mention that bookings will benefit the host since she'll get a half price item or future party pick at each of the shows that are booked from hers. For virtual parties, be sure to post several booking posts throughout the party. A lot of consultants do a booking post every day. Am I totally off on my thing? There's my group hello. I'm totally off on these slides, so we'll just keep going. Okay. In your confident close, encourage guests to talk about the products that they used and share what they love as they shop through the catalog. Here's a booking seed for this portion of the show. There's a lot more to share, so what do you say we keep the fun going? I'd love to come to each of your homes and cook with you and share some more fun ideas. I have a few dates available, so let's talk right away and get the next party on the calendar. Or keep in mind, if your heart says one thing and your wallet is saying another, you can let me know. I have a few options and I can tell you about stocking your kitchen for less. At the close of the cooking show, review the benefits of hosting a show. Remind the guests that the current host will get a half price item at each show that books from hers. Go over the survey slip or door prize slip and tell the guests about each of the items they may be interested in, including hosting, the business opportunity, fundraisers, wedding showers, etc. Remember, it's not about giving away the prize. It's about collecting those leads for business. For virtual parties, it's a good idea to do a survey form like a Google form. The responses will be available for you to view, and Google will even create a spreadsheet for you. Include questions about interest in hosting or becoming a consultant, and get the host to do a post to request bookings and get her helping you. So if you don't know how to do a Google form, let your director know, and we'd be happy to help you with that as well. During the checkout chat, invite guests to consider 3 things: buying products they love, hosting a party, or becoming a consultant. Here are some words that you can share. Whoa. Okay, my words totally went, and I don't know. Whoa. Maybe. Okay, so words that you could use. You seem to really fall in love with the Rock Crock Everyday Pan. I'd love to help you get your own Rock Crock for free. My average host earns around $90 in free products, plus gets 3 half-price items. Think about keeping the fun going. How does holding a party for you and your friends sound to you? We'll make it simple and have fun. I have 2 openings, and then give your dates. Never close a party without 2 bookings. You need one show to replace the one you just did, and 1 to grow. And here's why it's so important to have 2 bookings at every party. Look what happens when you have 2 bookings per party first. So in month 1, you have 6 parties booked, but 2 of them cancel. That leaves you with 4 parties held, and you get 2 bookings from each of those. You have 8 shows booked for month 2. Then in month 2, you have 8 shows booked, but 2 cancel, which leaves you with 6. You get 2 bookings from each of those, so you have 12 booked for month 3. In month 3, you have 2 cancellations, but still have 10 shows left and get 2 bookings at each of those. So you'll have 20 bookings in month 4, and 16 of those hold with 2 bookings from each party. So you'll have 32 new parties for month 5. That sounds great, right? So if you only have one booking, let's look at the numbers on the right side. You start out with the same 6 parties and you have 2 cancellations. So 4 hold that first month with 1 booking from each. So you have 4 parties booked for the next month, but 2 cancel. And you have 1 booking from each of those, 2 left. So in month 3, you have 2 parties booked. And what if you have 2 cancel? Then you have no parties, which leaves you with no business. So at this point, many people would quit, but you're not a quitter. If you have an empty calendar right now, instead of quitting, dust yourself off and get back out there. You can use the strategies that we've talked about today and fill your calendar up again. And remember, when you get out of the group of people that you know and get over the speed bump into the group of people you don't know, that's when your business will soar. So let's talk about a few more ideas to get 2 bookings at each show. And guys, I'm down to like 3.5 minutes, so I'm going to try to bump this out. Host coaching effectively will make your host feel special. We'll cover the host coaching next week. Show up on time and be appropriately dressed. Make sure all your dishes are clean. Talk about high-priced products to create desire beyond their budget. And go over the bookings in your intro, in your demo several times, and in your closing. Use the door price slip. Walk them through the boxes and tell them to check yes. Do your full service checkout. Ask every single guest and be prepared to handle those objections. Is that a no, not now, or a no, not ever? If they say no to a cooking show, ask if they'll do a virtual party. Ask for a referral or someone who they think would like to do a party. Turn your host into a booking agent for you. They give 50% off items. Offer an incentive to the guest or the host to book. Such as when the host receives 3 bookings, she'll get the prize in the bag. Or when you book a show, you'll bring the ingredients for the molten lava cake. Know about your products when you're doing the demo to create interest in purchasing or booking. And remember, smile a lot and have fun with your people. No one wants to book a party with an Eeyore, but they will book with Tigger. I'm looking for parties in whatever area, and have your calendar ready and clear to book those dates right then and there. Get them on your calendar, and if at all, right there, if at all possible. If not, write down dates that you do have available for the month that they're wanting and tell them to contact you as soon as they pick their date. If they don't contact you within 2 days, then group text the potentials and the current host at the same time to follow up. Try booking tools like a booking tree with your next dates that you have open, and give a small prize for booking that date when the show is held. You can use booking envelopes, pumpkins, Easter eggs, whatever is seasonal, and then write your next available dates on the host packet and have guests choose their date and bring the package checkout. There's many ideas like these on Facebook groups for both virtual and live parties. So the host coaching, again, we'll cover next week, but you want to make sure your shows are really fun. Focused on high price items to create desire to book those shows. Include a fun booking post. Use a Google survey form to get them to commit to a show. Call or private message guests before you close the show to see if they want to add on to their order or book a show, and book in close. You don't have to wait until next month to have a show. You can do one now. Get your host involved. She can book for you. Tell her why she wants at least 3 bookings, and give her an extra gift when the third party holds. She'll get future party picks from each party that booked from hers. And there's all kinds of graphics out there, guys, that you can use. So don't forget that your goal is to be a director team, I believe by July 1st for most of you. So let's work on helping each other promote to director. And I'm down to less than a minute. So your call to action, and we'll put this out there as well. So you want to put 10 mini catalogs labeled with your contact information in your bag. Your goal is to give away all 10 of those minis to 10 new contacts this week. I'll put the words out there as well, since I'm going to be flying this through. And then you want to make 15 contacts a day, or 15 contacts this week outside your show, which would be